In this video, we're going to be taking a detailed look at the Away the Carry-On. Check out packhacker.com for our written review and the best buying options. The link is in the description below. As you can see, and you probably know, this Away bag is a hard-sided carry-on rolling luggage, and it's pretty nice. We'll start with the hard sides here. They're pretty structured, they're sturdy. We've got ours in this nice navy blue color, and it's held up pretty well. There's maybe a few scratches. We took this on a trip to Mexico, a couple plane rides, like 3 or 4 plane rides, and it held up really well, and it's a good size. Now, the sides are sturdy, but the zipper, let's see if I can show this to you, kind of introduces a bit of play. And I don't think it's this Away bag specifically, it's just kind of how hard-sided roller luggages operate. But it almost feels like these two sturdy pieces are floating next to one another with this zipper. It's not the end of the world, it's just kind of strange. If you don't use a roller luggage that often, you'll notice it. So that is that. The zipper itself is a YKK, and it does feel pretty sturdy. We haven't had too many issues with YKK zippers, so that's comforting. But it does feel like a lot is resting on that zipper. Now, the zipper is also, since we're talking about it, lockable, and you can see that mechanism up top here. So it's a TSA-approved lock, and what you do is you orient your zippers up here at the top. Let me see if I can show you this. And they have this little latch system, and they pop right into this lock, and then you have, your number code that you set. So right now it's locked, you can't open it, but then when you dial your numbers in, it's pretty simple, and then this little mechanism slides and pops the zippers out. It works really well, it's pretty quick to use, and it's just a nice little added bit of security if you want to use it. Since we're also at the top, we'll talk about the handle. The actually rolling luggage handle is probably the piece of the bag you're going to be interacting with the most as you're wheeling it through the airport, to your destination, through your hotel, whatever it may be. And it's really nice, actually. It's not something that you would really think about being luxurious, but there's a soft feel to it. It's almost grippy. And it's pretty nice to hold, especially it's pretty comfortable. You're going to be wheeling it around, on long travel days. And it does sound small, but if you compare this to just like a standard hard plastic handle that you find on other roller bags, you definitely tell the difference. And this has actually been really great to use. It's got a little button on it that helps you go up and down. It locks into, I think, 3 different positions. There's like a low, medium, and a high. So that works well. And underneath the handle, let's see if I can show you this, try to balance it, is where the battery bank is stored. So this bag does have a battery bank. It's pretty nice. Just note that if you are checking this bag, I believe you will have to take the battery out. But carrying it on, it's great. I really enjoyed having it here because I would pack a battery bank anyway, and there's no need. It's already slotted into your suitcase. You don't have to worry about taking up extra space inside your bag. It already has a home. Now, that said, it's not super secure. So it closes with this door that just kind of pops open and latches shut. And it does feel nice when you're using it, but there was several times that I looked down and the door was just open. I don't know why. I guess just jostling around in transit kind of popped it open. So that's not the best feeling in the world. But as you can see, underneath you got your battery. There's a nice little button you can push. See some LEDs, how much charge you have, your charging port, and a couple of USB ports for charging your devices. To take it out, you just push down on it, and it pops out. You just pull it out here so we can take a look at it. So we've got nice Away branding. It is a 10,000 milliamp battery, so it's plenty to charge, your phone, your tablet, things like that. We did use it in transit. It did work well. But again, it doesn't feel super secure. So to put it back in, you just kind of push it down and it locks into place. Let me see if I can show you though. when it's in place, it wiggles around a lot. And now it's not the end of the world because it's not going anywhere. It's in its little sleeve, but it just doesn't feel great. And then again, just like how the battery door would be open, I have found a couple of times, just out of jostling, out of transit, just normal use, that I looked down and my battery was sticking up. So it was not locked into place. It was just kind of resting in the sleeve. And it didn't fall out. I didn't lose it, but it made me really worried that I would lose it. You know, I don't want to leave it in the overhead bin when I get off the plane because it popped out. So it's just kind of something to be mindful of. Again, it's nice to have. It works just like a normal battery bank would. And it's definitely out of the way. It's tucked under the handle right there. Lastly, up here, we do have a top handle. Pretty common for roller luggage like this, top handle and a side handle. They do have the Away logo on each of those. And they're very slim. It's hard to get your hand underneath to grab it. However, when you do, they do have some wiggle to it. Let me see if I can show you. But they kind of pull out, which is nice. So once you're carrying it, they're comfortable, they work well. It's pretty easy to pull out from the overhead bin or out from the trunk of your taxi, whatever it may be. So that is nice. You can see that pull on it. But just getting your hand under there, for me anyway, was a little bit tricky because they stay nice and low profile to the top of the bag, so it looks good. Just got to be mindful of that. Once you carry it, there's weight in there. It will pull out. Last thing on the outside, of course, are the wheels. Now it has these 360-degree style wheels, so you don't have to pull it behind you. You can put it next to you. You can spin it, do cool tricks. And they're pretty smooth when you're on smooth surfaces. I know this is a big thing for roller luggage in general, not just the Away carry-on, but it's noticeable. So wheeling it through the airport was great. Wheeling it on sidewalks for short distances, okay. Anything more intense than that, and you'll start to notice and wish that you had more robust wheels or maybe a backpack. That's one of the reasons why we love backpack travel here at Pack Hacker, is because you're hands-free. You don't have to worry about the train you're going over. This would not roll through sand. It does not do good on cobblestones, trust me. But they are pretty smooth. They spin well, they glide well. I did notice anytime I hit any sort of friction or bump, because I had the bag rolling next to me, not behind me, the whole thing kind of wanted to tip forward. I caught myself like kind of pulling it back quite a few times. But again, that's just from uneven terrain. Other than that, the wheels are nice and smooth. Let's open this thing up and show you some of the internal features we have going on. Of course, it opens full clamshell style, like a traditional suitcase, which is really great for packing. You can see everything, lay it all out, and just get everything in exactly where you want it. So we packed this bag using Away's packing cubes. Of course, any packing cubes would work, and we always love packing cubes to stay organized, but the Away ones fit really nicely inside this suitcase. So first you'll see we'll go on our right side here, and we've got some buckles to kind of keep everything nice and tidy, some compression straps. They're smooth, they work well, they're pretty easy to adjust. Let's unclip those. And underneath it, there's this, it's sort of a divider. It's got a bit of a frame to it, a plastic frame, so it's kind of rigid. There's a zippered mesh pocket you can see here to put flatter items. Bulky stuff doesn't really fit, but you know, maybe smaller, flatter things like socks and underwear, or a book, or your travel documents, whatever you want fits there. We actually packed it with the charger for the battery, which we'll show you here in a minute, but that's what we put there on our trip. And then the other side is just an open bucket. So you can see we've got two of the Away packing cubes here. It's kind of like the second largest size and the third largest size, you know, organized. The bigger one had all of our bottoms, pants, shorts, bathing suits, underwear, things like that. The middle size had all of our shirts and tops. So that's kind of how we compartmentalized our gear. And they fit great. I mean, they're designed to, so of course, but it did work really well. And you know, that's it. This side just kind of a traditional suitcase side. You can see where the stays for the handle are underneath. Here are the buckles. I guess if you wanted to, it looks like you can potentially undo this. I don't know why you would. It seems like it's pretty secured in there, but the buckle system is nice to keep everything nice and compressed. So moving on to the left side, we have just a big zipper mesh divider, which is really nice to keep things from falling out. All of your stuff stays secure. So we use this for more loose items. There was plenty of room. We took like a week-long trip or so to Mexico, and there was more than enough space for everything we needed. Actually, I had all of my stuff and a few of my wife's things just ready to go because I didn't need the whole bag. So on this side, it kept loose things, kept a toiletry kit. That one's from Gravel. Kept the rain jacket. You never know. It's always nice to have a rain jacket just in case inclement weather comes. This is a merino wool handkerchief. Same thing. Kept that just in case. It's like a really great scarf. And then another packing cubes with miscellaneous clothing, things that didn't fit on the other side. And all of that fits really well. There's plenty of space, and it's nice because even though these items are loose, they're not all in packing cubes like on the other side. We can zip them up in this divider and not have to worry about it falling out. Over here is the pouch that I mentioned earlier that has the charger for the battery. This is actually a pretty nice kind of mesh style pouch that Away sent with the bag, and it has a few plug options depending on your destination. So if you don't have an international travel adapter, they supply you with some options. It's actually really nice. So here's the standard US one, which is all I really needed, so it's all I took, but it can slide on different adapter tips for different countries you'll be visiting. So that's pretty handy. You can either take them with you all the time and always be good to go, or if you're staying in a specific country for a while, just take the one you need and you'll be good to go. So that's great. Plus it's got the charger cord for the battery, a little notebook, and it all zips up nicely in this little pouch. Again, I didn't need to take the whole pouch. I just took out the cord that I needed and the US plug, put it over here in this divider pocket, and it worked really well. Lastly, on this side, on the right side, we're gonna hop back over here, you'll see this little zippered mesh pocket. If you can see that, we're just gonna open it up, and folded inside, you've got a bit of a shoe bag or a laundry bag, or however you want to use it. There's just a simple zipper on the top here, and it opens up to hold quite a bit of stuff. If you want to put a couple pairs of shoes in here, that will work. If you want to use it for dirty laundry, that will also work to keep your other stuff clean and separated. It does fix in the pocket with a snap, and you just pop it out, and then you have it good to go. You can take it out completely if you want to. If you need to take it to the laundromat to do your laundry, you can do that. You can snap it back in, roll it back up, and you'll be good to go. So there you have it, the Away the Carry-On. Check out packhacker.com for more information and the best buying options. Link in the description below. We'll see you in the next video.